Okay, back live. Hi. Got about an hour to do a little bit of RL right now. A lot of our stuff is in a pretty good spot at the moment, frankly. So I think it's mostly just going to be between improving the battle sim and starting really on more drone stuff. You know, the one thing that still bothers me, if I can do switch over to here. One thing that still bothers me is the neural MMO result. I wonder if I should just start like a really long sweep on that. It's kind of tricky. Because, like, on one hand, like, this is the best policy we have, right? Is it? This is the best policy we have, right? The stuff that this thing can do is pretty cool. Is it like 640 billion steps worth of training cool, though, right? We have not reswept this since 3.0. That's kind of interesting, isn't it, that we haven't reswept this since 3.0? That's probably the only really main thing that we need to do initially, is just see if that does anything, right? Some sort of very long sweep. It is just a very delayed, difficult signal problem, right? Like, your rewards are don't die and level up, right? This is a pretty good policy. Didn't realize. Like, not perfect, though. Definitely not perfect. Is there anything I'm doing weird with the architecture? I guess there is, like, there are kind of some granularity issues with the obs. And it's going to be like 11 by 11-ish by 59, so you can't really put it into a flat policy. And algorithmically, like... Well, hang on. How does this relate in complexity? Just by, like, my own intuition. How does this relate in complexity to our other ends? More complex than everything, right? Hope your channel gets a surge of reach. Thank you. Welcome. My account on X is bigger than my account on YouTube. There's like some decent amount of reach there. I mean, neural MMO is just a much harder problem, isn't it? Is that what it boils down to? I mean, Terraform's kind of tough, but also Spencer engineered the heck out of it. What's the difficulty of neural MMO, right? It's like, it probably is a order of hundreds step problem. No, that's like, what? Is that like, to defeat that enemy there? Like an order of maybe 100 step problem. But you have to know what, like, a low-level enemy means. So there's a perception element to it. I mean, we could look at that for a second. Okay, so you get terrain type, then you get season, get item type, you get item tier, get to see the type and element, delta combat obs. You get to see their level minus your level over 2. Get to see their HP, animation and direction. And then all of these things. Poorly normalized. Plane layer norm. These are not great. This shouldn't be a huge difference, though. Eh. Kinda just pretty sane. You never set terminals. On death. That could be worth exploring, right? Yeah, that could be worth exploring. Okay, we found one thing about neural MMO that could be messing with stuff at least. So, I mean, we can do that experiment and we can also run a sweep, right? Those are two things we can do. Of course, after we do the main stuff. Battle sim doing. We're seeing results here, right? I'm just actually learning now. Thought about working on developing a reinforcement language model. The issue is that, like, language model stuff just gets 1,000 times more expensive minimum. Just instantly. Because it's slow. I think unfortunately I have to move this. I have to move this sweep. That's okay. Like, we kind of expected this. Just do that sooner rather than later. Okay, so that is set up now. So we should be able to get this set up on Puffer Box 0. Hey, P-Dubs, long time no see. How's it going, man? Did you see 3.0? We have some pretty cool RL tech now. And a fly, apparently. How you been? Heck of a lot better now that the release is done. There's some crazy busy stuff. I am currently on a farm in Maryland. This is the Puffer training facility. You can see we have servers for training agents, and we have gym equipment for training me. I haven't seen too much about Jeppa, to be honest. I don't follow a lot of robotics. Where did my terminal go? We're currently doing a little bit of robotic stuff on here, just trying to see if we can chuck Pufferlib on things. But yeah, I think the coolest thing lately has been this. The fact that we actually have, like, pretty darn good agents that just play Neural MMO. And we didn't really do any work on Neural MMO. It kind of just happened from our latest release. If it finds something it can fight. This thing is better at the game than I am, for sure. I'll leave this up right here. That there. Then tiny box. Not this one. Too many terminals. Yeah, this one. How'd I end up in Maryland? I'm on my family's farm here. Kind of just, we needed a spot to put all the hardware and stuff, and I don't know, this kind of just worked out. I will be spending some time in Palo Alto in actually just a few weeks. That'll be cool. And then middle of winter, Florida, and then the rest of the time building stuff out of here. Fun. The only thing not fun about here is that I've got all this cool gym equipment, and I've got a bad rotator cuff, and I've got a bad knee, so I can't really use all of it. But I've gotten a lot of AI dev done since I can't really do much else. But are you gonna be in Palo Alto? Gonna be in SF? I think I'm gonna be there maybe from like the 16th or the 17th of July until start of August, just for a few weeks, and then I'll be there after RLC. Second half of July, cool. Yeah, let's meet up. Be fun. I imagine you've been working on some cool stuff as well. So we point out that this agent at the bottom left has been playing this entire time and is still alive. It is currently level 7 combat, level 11 foraging. It has equipped a full suit of armor, a tier 2 weapon, and some other stuff as well. Know what's going on with this build X. Takes forever. Oh yeah, there was the one other thing I wanted to fix while I'm at it here. Do I have exam today? Best of luck. I'm quite happy that I no longer have to do that. Ask you questions. You probably don't want me helping you on your exams, even if I could. I haven't done any coursework in quite a long time. It's ML, please. Ironically, I don't think I could even do an ML exam at this point. Most of the stuff that is asked on them are so freaking irrelevant, it's hilarious. At least about reinforcement. You can ask me stuff if you want, like if you have questions. My last module. You know, I actually don't know a lot of the reinforcement learning math because it's all defined stupidly. Like, if you actually look at a lot of the ways, like, RL is written down, none of it makes any sense or has any relevance to the way that we actually do RL. There's, like, very, very little overlap. Ask you about, like, tabular Q learning and crap. You want to actually have reinforcement learning that works. Check out all the stuff on puffer.ai. It's a good place to learn things as well. You learning in Sarsa? I literally okay, like I vaguely like yes, okay, action condition value function, yada yada, take action and then gives you what is it? Q function. It's like an action condition value function. It tells you the value if you take the given action and then proceed according to the optimal policy or whatever. Fiddle at a time, yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, Q learning is still kind of relevant because of off policy training still exists, even though it's a mess. But like, yeah, they just most RL coursework is a total mess. Not envy you there. Markov decision processes are just a really bad problem model for RL in general. Like it's just you're in a state. Assume there's a transition function that doesn't depend on time that takes you to the next state, and it like makes sense for tabular problems. And then like kind of all the RL algorithms that are based on them kind of throw that out the window immediately. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing for sure. If I had to put together a course on reinforcement learning, it would not look anything like any of the reinforcement learning courses that exist now. Okay. Let's see if this does anything. Well, obviously we won't know for like 3 days, but let's see if it at least runs. Okay, cool. So this will run. We'll see if anything changes with terminals. That'd be a pretty funny error if it did. Would also tell us something, so. Okay, I got about 20 minutes before I gotta run. Use the restroom real quick, and then we'll find a couple things to do. Study them in the method gnarl. They still teach us. Yep. A lot of like the grad coursework kind of just drove me nuts because like it's so out of touch. Can you see if you can get asteroids on the site? Yes. Let's do asteroids, actually. That's a perfect small thing to do. Let me use the restroom real quick, and then I'll do that. Be right back. The asteroids policy looks kind of ridiculous to stick it on the website. I'd like to train something a bit better first. We have a PR on asteroids. We have, merged? Okay. Okay, already merged. Okay, this is what the asteroids looks like. It found the same weird policy. Then there's probably something fundamental that's a little screwy with the game. This is gonna be super loud. Trying to see if there's like a control difference. Oh, I forgot about the spaceships. I forgot that there's spaceships. Okay, so I mean that's... Is that in the original game? No UFOs. I forget if that's in the real game. Like the original. Okay, so... It gets better in terms of score. Damn, is it 2? You'd probably go to sleep. What you should do. Huh. What, do Indians not sleep? Sleep, man. The heck? I'm trying to see if there's anything weird that caused this. Wait, what? Why the hell did you bubble sort this, man? Yo, Wooden. Why would you not just call quicksort on this? That'll make it a heck of a lot faster. I didn't know it existed. Probably do that if... hang on, is this thing slow? 21% env time. That's why. I don't know how I didn't see that. That's silly. I mean, I can't see any explanation other than that's just a good strategy. It's completely possible, I guess, right? Hang on. I gotta go in a few, but let me at least try a couple things. See if it does anything different. Maybe it's one of those things where it like emerges later in training that you can do a little bit better if you turn or something, I don't know. Then I gotta get ready for meeting. Go fly real quick. Okay, so the score actually keeps going up. We see this? This is what I was wondering about. You see the policy keeps getting better? Quite a bit better, in fact. So it's quite possible, wouldn't you just need to sweep it for longer? There are also some fiddly sweep things that can happen if it's like not ever exploring longer experiments. Yeah, so there's additional stuff you can configure for it. Buffer sweep is a decent starting point. There's some stuff you can configure for it. This is now, what's that, 28? So we'll see if this is just a better of the same thing or not. Ah. Okay. It's not going in a fully straight line. It turned from the start. Oh, it doesn't understand screen wrap, man. Because it has relative coordinates, it doesn't understand screen wrap. That's what's happening. At least that's part of what's happening. Okay, well, we can fix that for sure. But I do have to run for meeting. That's a starting point. Cool. This will be very nice once we have it done to have on the website. Let me check the stream real quick. Okay, so to the few folks watching here, if you're interested in all this stuff, Puffer.ai for all the reinforcement learning things. Start the repo, helps us out, it's free. Join Discord to get involved with dev. I will be back tomorrow, and we will probably be continuing to work on either battle sim or robotics, maybe drone stuff, we'll see. Anyways, thanks, folks.